City. It's Commander Raduk, and just gonna show you a quick little profitable trade route here. So we're running Palladium, and you can see it's selling for 12,585 a ton. That's a pretty good rate for it. I am currently at Rush Orbital in HIP 65636. And we're going to take a pretty far jump. We're going to jump all the way to Bagayaman. Alright. So I've seen this route fluctuate up and down a little bit, of course, just like anything else. The market did just settle back down on it, so
ship released. Engines engaged.
encourage folks to keep this in there. Sort of list of places to hit. I happen to be with Edward Mahan right now, but that's not really a requirement of running this route. So I've been trading for a while. For those of you that have not seen one of my videos before, a little bit of a peek into what type of trader I am. I'm a tycoon. Currently, let's see, I've made about 751 million trading. I don't trade slaves. I only trade commodities. There's a couple people commented that, you know, why not? It's just a video game. To me, I like to share my gaming experience with other people. You know, I don't like rape simulation games. I really don't like murder simulation games. I don't really play a lot of first-person shooters. You know, and I'm not going to play something that supports any sort of human trafficking. It's just, to me, it's not something to make light of in any game. So, since I enjoy the game, I choose just to not partake in it and to still have quite a pretty decent amount of success playing. So, this part of the run is a little long. You normally like to keep your orbitals within about 100 light seconds if you can. It's really worth it. Assuming the market is held, it's going to sell for around 1,700 per ton. You get 1,000 per ton on the way back, so that's a pretty nice little run. Some things I recommend when looking for trade routes, you know, take into consideration marking where you go once you make a little bit of money. Invest money. You'll see all the red marks or sidewinders that I have, just so I know where I've been. I like to kind of make trade routes on my own. I know that there's a variety of tools that you can use out there. I've used them before in the past. Personally speaking, I like to just kind of use what's available in the game and leverage that. I find it's more fun. Especially when you're kind of at the higher end of trading here, where I really have as much money as I could possibly need or want at this point. This is one of two Anacondas that I have. I have another fully outfitted A-class Anaconda. So, you know, still one, I'm sitting on 81 million with several million in cargo to drop over here. So, you know, once you get to this point in the game, to me, what becomes fun is that exploratory approach and trying to find kind of that ultimate trade route. So, you know, the way you do it is you pick sort of a favorite commodity, if you would. You can do this at the lower levels of the game. Palladium is a good, easy one because it's one of the most expensive, but there's others out there as well. Froginator cells, resonating separators. There's any of the commodities that are worth several thousand, so there's room for fluctuation in price. Those are the ones you want to leverage. And then the rest becomes exploring. You essentially go and look on the galaxy map, and you can change different filters on the map to adjust to the type of thing that you want to see, whether it be the economy of a system, or the population of a system, the type of star it's around, things like that. So you can adjust those filters in a way that's going to allow you to see the game or see rather the trade routes in such a fashion that lets you pick orbital other star systems that make sense and that will potentially have the orbitals that you're looking for. Keep in mind, things like high tech often consumes what extraction refineries make, and those also provide supplies for them. So that's really what you do on a basic level, and find your trade route from there. So.
Docking request granted.
Alternatively, you can always leverage what happens. Something of note that I didn't realize, but they've apparently incorporated it. This must have come in with wings, but the share feature seems to be just a direct bonus. So if I'm in a wing with somebody and make a profit from trading, that person makes a percentage of profit as well, but that percentage doesn't take money away from me as the primary person making the trade. So just something to think about.
Warning, landing gear not
I
deployed.
really encourage people to try to get out here and play an open play, even with some of the more potential for
landing gear
death
deployed.
that can happen in solo mode.
Docking successful. Engines
that's one more reason to
disengaged.
kind of group up. So, anyways, let's take a look here and see what kind of profit I'm going to make. Alright. Oh, $17.30 a ton. So that'll give us a 781,000 credits. That's not bad at all. And it looks like, performance enhancers went back up to 68.43. I know that's pretty high. Personal weapons at 42.93 is high as well. So the other end of the market looks like it went back up. This end here, I'll just have to deal with that. More than likely that means. So this one you will see fluctuate about 400 credits in price. I've seen this go down to around 6,400. Then it'll allow it to be sold for about 1,000 per ton. But performance enhancers or personal weapons is another good choice to fly back. And by the way, this is a really good hub. You take a look, a little bit what I was explaining while I was flying. So this here, Buggy Yemen, there's several places around. Here's an agricultural refinery. Here's another agricultural refinery. And these, by the way, the red stations are all where there's large landing pads. The ones that don't potentially could have, small outposts. Here's another one, 29 light years away, but still, here's industrial extraction. All within a couple jumps of Buggy Man. So this is a pretty good place to do trading from. I would definitely recommend it. And again, we're gonna jump back. You saw us make that 1,700 per ton on the drop there. We've got a full cargo load, and we'll go ahead and head back. So here we go. And it's at the very edge of my jump range. That's be 26. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I am purely an open play player. I've never played anything except open. Never played solo. Never played private. I've taken my fair share of lickings because of it. I just feel like it's the right way to play a game like this. I understand views otherwise, and I respect that. But personally speaking, I wish there was more people that to that point, I'm trying to build a large friends list, so if you like the video, add me to your friends list if you
Frameshift
please do so.
charging.
Even pirates, I guess, but I don't know if I'm going to keep somebody on my list who comes and kills me, so that may not lie. last long.
4, 3.
Yeah, I've made fun of pirates in the past. I find them lazy and whiny, especially, complaining about the money the traders seem to make over them while they pursue this sort of profession of theft from others. Anyways, that's probably for a different time. So, all right, so this end of the jump is a little bit better as far as the range from the star goes. We're going to rush orbital, which is only about 60 light seconds from the main star. So coming right on in here. My Anaconda, my trading one, I've outfitted very heavily customized based on the route that I'm running. So I always believe in trying to protect yourself as much as possible when you're running with large loads. And when you're first to trading, and really I mean anything at a T6 or below, or even an ASP, T7 even for that matter. But once you get into the larger ships, the T9s, the Anacondas, the Pythons, the cost of losing your ship in addition to the cost of losing your cargo, really makes it so that being able to defend yourself becomes a better choice than just running without weapons, without shields. Just my opinion, of course, and I've done both. So I've done both with everything. And just at the end of the day, I like to have a little bit of protection. At the same time, I've pretty much stripped this ship down so that it's more or less a freighter. I don't know how much I could take from an actual player pirate. Possibly be able to escape, but it would be tough. But as far as NPCs go, I seem to be able to handle them for the most part. So again, that's why I ended up with 2 different ships at the end of the day. Ultimately, you want a freighter to be able to jump far, but again, I customize mine for the range that I need. I happen to need this far of a jump range right now, so we're a little more stripped down than maybe I would be if I didn't need such a far range. At the same time, if I need even further range, I probably would consider moving to more.
Docking request granted.
So I did powerplay for a while. I was rank 5 with Edward Mahan for several weeks. And in the end, it just got to be, I wasn't making the type of money that I think I can make just independently trading on my own. And the alliance systems themselves seem a little bit sort of depressed. And I'd love to sort of help build those systems and make them better, right, through running quests. But I found myself in this sort of position of constantly trying to maintain my rank,
Warning, landing gear
make a
not
little bit of
deployed.
money, and then want to help the systems out in sort of this position of choice. And for me, I decided, you know what, I think I'd just rather independently go about it and let come what may, if you will, than have to deal with being trapped into one particular power. So
Landing gear
I am
deployed.
still pledged
Docking
with Mayhem,
successful.
but that
Engines
won't be lasting.
disengaged.
Just waiting to cash on out, if you will. I collected my 50 million this week. I think I've got another 5 million coming to me. I'll hang out for a while and then probably ditch it altogether. So wow, this is a pretty big hit. So down to 657 here on the other end. So that really changes it a little bit as far as your profit per ton. It's been as high as 1,000 on the other end. So this is something then you've got a range, right? 2,700 per ton on the round trip is the high end mark. You can lose a little bit here on this end. Now you're down to only making 657, so you lose 400 on that end. You're still making 2,300 on the round trip, right? Even if this goes up, and it will, you'll see the palladium go up to 1285. But again, still, you're making around 2,000, and that's pretty decent. So, all right, well, I hope you found this video to be helpful. And again, look me up. It's Commander Raduk. Thanks again.